Okay, my test sounded really good, and I actually remembered to test my microphone before recording and coming out with some shitty audio that I then have to fix in post, and by fix I mean fucking rage at and not actually fix. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot of time, but this is only part of a TFT recording. I'm making a lot of extra noise outside of whatever I'm supposed to be speaking into the microphone because I'm moving all kinds of shit around on my desk, so ignore that, I guess. This game happened yesterday? Yeah. What? Wait. So last night at 12:30 in the morning, I was playing TFT apparently, and I was able to get a Fortune Tom Kench, which is not super uncommon at the beginning of matches, but I stuck with it because I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I had stuck with some really strong meta builds in my previous TFT matches, and I just kind of wanted to mess around. So I went 6 Fortune and 4 Sharpshooter. The original goal was to go 6 Sharpshooter and drop Fortune at some point, but I never did that, and I just did the reverse. But somehow it worked out. We're about to see how. So I had just won my first round after, I don't know, like anywhere from 13 to 15 losses. I'm at 22 health, and we're on 4-6. So I really thought I was going to lose this, and I didn't really care what I was doing. At this particular moment, I really wasn't sure if I should make mages or if I should just make some Force of Natures, but I didn't give mages nearly enough thought, and I just said, fuck it, we're gonna make Force of Natures and throw as many people in as possible because I'm at 22 health, who really cares? 2 mages would have been really cool with Sharpshooter, but yeah, not today apparently. We won our second round after all those losses, so we're getting more crap. And here's a third tier, so I really should have gone mages. I do have one mage in, obviously Annie, but just making people mages would have been so good with Sharpshooter. Zinzao, we can make a Guardian Angel. I think I do make a Guardian Angel here and I put it on, yeah, I put it on Jen. For all of my items and item placements, I use 2 websites. They're closed. Where are they? I'm good. I guess I should pause this. I'm not good at this at all. Okay. I use TFT or tftactics.gg and lolchess.gg. Lolchess has a lot of pre-made builds that people have uploaded and said, hey, this worked for me, I won with this, these are the items that I used, and this is the placement that I had my units in with which items. So this is a nice at a glance if I'm going into a build and I just kind of want to not really think about what I'm doing. You can follow one of these. I don't use the synergy builder personally because I like to not know what I'm doing half the time. Aside from that, I use the tftactics.gg for items outside of the pre-made builds that other people upload, because sometimes people put weird items on weird characters that they don't necessarily need. Like, I'm pretty sure that this Sharpshooter build. No, it's not this one. It's Warlords, isn't it? Someone put something on Azir that doesn't work for Azir in the long run. Azir's supposed to have a Rage Blade, and I didn't put a Rage Blade on Azir. I followed what the guide said for Warlord. Where the fuck is that build? Is it gone? It might be gone because it sucked. It was 9 Warlord. I have a video of me doing 9 Warlord and losing with all the items that they recommended on Azir, and one of them not being a Rage Blade, and dumbass me was like, yeah, okay, fine, no Rage Blade. Oh, it was Morello's. Yeah, Morellonomicon, Spear Sojin, and I don't know if it was Guardian Angel on him. I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look at the VOD. Anyway, that was quite a tangent. So those are the 2 websites that I use. They're pretty useful for when you don't know what goes on who, because this game is not very straightforward. So we got our items. We got people with some decent items, and we got some interesting tanks and extra people in that we don't necessarily need. So I should be rolling here, but I think I'm still too shocked. Oh, here we go. We're going. Oh, and then we get Yone because we're at 8, and we have 2 Force of Natures. So Yone's going in, I'm sure. I like how I'm unsure of what I did just yesterday. Yeah, so still getting items. 6 Fortune. Sometimes when I've used it, I haven't gotten the singular item out of a win. Like you're supposed to get some kind of item, and I've gone rounds and rounds and rounds without winning anything or getting anything from winning. So I haven't liked 6 Fortune that much, but this one worked out really well, especially giving me all those spatulas. Also, this is the match that I learned that 3 spatulas, or 3 Force of Natures, they don't do anything. Oh, this Vigar, I really thought I was going to lose to this Vigar. 8,400 damage from that Vigar. If I didn't have that res on Jhin, I would have lost. That's why the revive on Jhin is very important. You know, revive is very good in general, but placing it on the right unit is even more important. You don't want to put that on Vayne and have Vayne just be squishy. At this point, I've stopped looking at guides and stopped looking at item recommendations because there's so much happening and I have so much gold that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just putting stuff on people that I think will work or that I've done in the past and has worked, and we're going from there. So, you know, Callista got her blue buff and Yone got the Hand of Justice, and I mean, everyone's doing alright, except, you know, Jhin and Jinx are just really carrying it, which is to be expected. I think I grabbed the Spear of Sojin here, and yeah, I do. And I don't remember what other people were in, but usually when I get to this point in the game, if I don't see an item that I specifically want, like I looked at that carousel and I knew that there wasn't an item in there that I was necessarily craving, but if there's a unit or a specific item that I know another player would really benefit from or will complete their build, I will absolutely go take that so they can't have it, because you need to win. I think I also keep Set and put him in. No, I sold him. I really thought that I kept Set here, because I think I get... I want to say I do that for Tom Kench to have Brawler, but I might be misremembering. We'll see, though. So this guy was in Duelist. His Yasuo didn't have the right items. He is supposed to have Revive and the Fist, but ideally you would have the... what is it called? It's not coming to me, and I'm trying to look it up. What is your name? Quicksilver. As soon as I saw the icon, I remembered what it was. Quicksilver on Yasuo, so that he wouldn't get crowd controlled. Can't get stunned, and he just doesn't care about anything. Again, item placement, very important. That guy was also in Sharpshooter, but I think he had some other synergies going on. He might have been in 6 Sharpshooter, and I don't quite remember. I'm not clicking through people. I might click through people here to see what items they're getting. Like, I'm getting a blue buff. Okay, cool. So that guy's in 6 Duelist, and then 5 Sharpshooter, 6 Divine, 6 Elderwood, and some other crap, but... yeah. The Elderwood guy with the Vigar was my biggest concern, and then Duelist guy after that. Sharpshooter guy did have everyone crammed in a corner, but it didn't seem to matter because I have some tanky people in the front. Sejuani is very good for CC, and especially with Gargoyle Stoneplate, she's not gonna fucking care about anything. I think I put this on Sejuani, which I've never done before, and I don't know if that really does anything, but, you know, I don't necessarily lose again. I do try to put it on Katarina, because I can't read where it says, unique, only 1 per champion. Additionally, the hitboxes for placing items on certain units has gotten really weird in set 4, and sometimes you can't place an item unless it's above their head, so I'm not really sure what that's about, but if you're having trouble placing items, try putting it slightly above their head. That guy had a pretty big Wukong, but you can't mess with me, apparently. Morello's. I don't think I do anything with the last spatula that I have, but I definitely do get another Force of Nature out of a win. Do I put that on Teemo? Why would I guess he does, like, that is in his build, but I don't remember doing that. Surprise for me. Finally, level 2 Sejuani, which is going to help her with her health. So that's pretty good. Oh, it's Duelist guy again. Duelist guy with wrong items on Yasuo. See, Yasuo got stunned. If he had just had a Quicksilver on Yasuo, Yasuo would not have gotten stunned. And maybe that would have made a difference. But likely not, because my build was too strong. Can't be stopped. Rolling into a Yone earlier was really cool because I had Shen in already, so I have 2 Adept, which is super helpful with early game, and since I have Sharpshooter, they're attacking immediately. They're not waiting to move up and try to get close in range to attack, so Adept is pretty important. Here I just go to 9 because I decided that I wanted Kayn for some reason. I really should have kept Set. I'm not really sure why I put Kayn in. I think I just saw a tier 5 unit and got excited that I had so much gold I could put him in. Vigar didn't even get to do anything here. Again, you know, I know it's really fun to put 3 items on a unit that are more geared towards damage or crit, but it's really important for that crowd control on some units, like your Vigars or Yasuo's, because things like a Zephyr aren't going to pick them up and they're going to be attacking through everything. I picked up the Ionic Spark for Sejuani, I believe. So, yeah. I don't actually know what she's contributing damage-wise or anything, but I remembered seeing that on the one of the websites that I had mentioned earlier, Ionic Spark should be on her. So we went with that. And everything seems to work out. See, there's a set. I should have put set in. Whatever. For some reason, even with all the gold that I'm getting, I have this problem with gold. I really don't want to roll it away. And I don't want to go under 50 ever, even when I'm dying. I have 22 health. I could be knocked out at any moment, and I will not roll down past 50, even though I am in 6 fortune. It happens to me a lot. I'll die with 82 gold, and I'll be like, yeah, that was a good match. I tried really hard, even though I could have been rolling the whole time. So don't hesitate to roll all your gold away or level at the last minute when you think you're going to get knocked out, because putting in that last unit that you might have waiting on your bench to finish up a synergy might be the difference between you getting knocked out in 6th place or winning. Alright, we got Duelist guy again who, not really worried about. He does have 2 Rage Blades on Callista, and he did put his Quicksilver on her. But it's not enough. He's not having people jumping into the back that he didn't reposition so that people were on the side with all of my sharpshooters crammed in the corner, which might have saved him. Oh, and look at that. We won the whole thing. I didn't even notice. Yeah, so his positioning wasn't great. I did have a lot of tanks, but if he had repositioned so that people were closer to the... let's look at his positioning again. He has Yone in front of all of my units here. He doesn't have anything that has, he doesn't have Shroud of Stillness. He doesn't have a lot of CC from items. He does have Trap Claw on Yone, but he could have kept Yone up front, put Callista behind Yone, moved Yasuo over. There was no reason to have all these people over in this corner. If he had moved away from my Yone would have to travel to whoever else was on his board if he crammed everyone else in his corner closest to him. I don't know that would have saved him, but it would have been worth a shot. Also, having Lee Sin, yeah, he's Duelist, but I feel like if you're gonna have Lee Sin in this particular, I don't know if he repositioned. He might have repositioned to specifically try and get Sejuani out, or he might not have moved at all. I don't know. Bottom line is 6 fortune, 4 sharpshooter. It's a viable build, even if you do go down to 22 health after 15 losses in a row, and then come out of it with how many spatulas? 5 spatulas. So you too can have 5 spatulas for the price of 15 losses in a row and then a sudden comeback win.